I'm gonna go with yes, man. I'm gonna go with yes.
Oh, look,
Fuck what people are talking about.
oh man, our sound wasn't turned on.
Oh my god.
Even though I clicked it, and it turned off
You
on
are
its
the
own.
sound guy. You are the
Ah,
sound
damn it.
guy.
Damn it.
And now we gotta do an intro again.
Yeah, let's do it all over. We hadn't done much anyways.
There it is. Welcome everybody to the latest and greatest
Uh,
episode of the Ham Podcast.
whoop, whoop.
I'm Big Sexy Helmke, and this is Mike, as you know him, or I like to consider the Vince McMahon of podcasts in a good way,
Yeah.
a legend way.
Yeah.
Right? He's a legend.
Not the
He's
pervert way or the
no, not the
whatever
not
way.
the sexual harassment or
Yeah,
I have
that
to pay a
one.
bunch of lawsuits way.
Yeah. And that's
So
when I was
what's
doing
going on?
I was doing his walk like
Yeah, billionaire strut.
yeah, billionaire strut.
So what's going on, man? And first of all, the King RR3, thank you for letting us know.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, that could have been a catastrophe.
Hey, I swear I pressed the sounds to be on and it didn't turn on.
It happens. It happens. Technology. What can we do, right?
That's true.
So how's your week been, man? How's everything going? Mike, fill me in. We haven't actually talked much this week. So how's everything?
Yeah, we haven't talked this much. Man, nothing has changed. You know, just weekend went by. Well, actually, yeah, weekend went by quick, and then work week has gone by quick so far. Hump day, but so
That
far
is
so
true.
good. And and then just getting ready for tomorrow. Going to the gym tomorrow. Going to the gym Saturday. Getting ready.
Oh, yeah, I would like to go to gyms. They have actually a good burger at
They do.
gyms.
They do.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
the Coke with that burger, so good.
Oh, it's I don't know why. Now that you say it, there's just something. First of all, everybody, he was talking about the gym, like working out, but my
Yes.
fat ass went in when it switched it up. But there's just something different about a nice cold Coca-Cola
Mm-hmm.
from like gyms or Denny's or IHOP. It just hits different. I don't know why.
But it has to be cold.
Yes.
Ice is a must, and it's just the fizz that comes from the Coke. You know.
Yes, it just hits different. Or one of the things I love shout out to my local theater that I love going to, right? City based. They're not sponsoring anything. I just love that theater. But I love the fact that they have Big Red there. And that Big Red, every time I take that first drink, it like takes my breath away. I'm like, oh, that was good.
But it has okay. A warm Big Red or like a room temperature Big
No.
Red tastes
Yeah.
so much different than
Yes.
cold Big. You know, but okay, so Big Red has 3 different tastes.
Here we go.
Room temperature. Okay, well then I have to go ask how your week doing. Haven't done that yet, but
You're good. You're good.
so a warmer room temperature Big Red has a different taste. Then if you pour that warmer room temperature Big Red with ice, that has a different taste.
Very good point.
Then if you have a cold Big Red, that has a different taste. Like cold from the
Yes.
fridge. So
Yep.
Big Red can have 3 different flavor profiles, and if you've never done it, try each one, and you'll be like, okay, they each have a different flavor.
And let me tell y'all something. He is an expert at this shit, right? Without saying too much, that is his favorite drink. That is his
Yeah.
family's favorite drink. They love Big Red.
Well,
and
not my mom, me and my dad,
No,
but my dad
okay.
doesn't drink it much anymore. But I
Yeah.
still do. Yeah.
yeah, so but I remember meeting Mike and going to his house. I mean, if he offered me something to drink and I said Coca-Cola, I got the side eye like, what? You better ask for a Big Red, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, but now I mean I have RC, Dr. Pepper, Sprite,
Yes.
Sunkiss, and Big Red, of course. But how's your
That's
week
a-
been? I didn't even ask you how your week's
Oh,
been.
you know, my week has been all right, my man. It's Monday and Tuesday kind of flew by. Today was a little bit slow. Kind of dragged a little bit, but you know what? It's fucking over now, right? It's all downhill. Now we're coming to the second half of the week. We got Thursday and Friday,
Boom.
and then we got a big UFC on Saturday. Excited for that, right? So I'm looking forward to the rest of the week.
I won't be able to watch that UFC event until Sunday.
Oh man. Oh,
That's
I
all
don't
right.
even want to know why. I don't even want to know why. I'm disappointed.
It's a birthday. The mother-in-law's birthday.
Oh, never mind.
Can't cancel that one.
Never mind. I thought you were just gonna say like some cousin or something. Nope, can't.
Oh no.
Hey,
If it was like a
happy
cousin or
birthday.
something, no.
Yes.
I would be watching that. No, but I'll watch it Sunday. But I know whose text not to look at.
Well, now that I know you're not gonna be watching it, I will not message you.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything about it because I'm gonna watch it
Yes.
like the moment I wake up. I'm turning that UFC on and I'm watching that bad boy.
Got you. I love it.
Yep.
Love it. Well, we'll talk about more about that in a little bit, right? I'm sure we'll
True,
go over
later
the
on.
main event fight, yeah, later on. But
It's wait,
Big news.
just go
Oh,
with
go ahead.
soda. I don't want people to
Oh,
think I drink. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna ask this. I don't think I drink a lot of soda, but I do
nah.
have a 12-ounce can of soda for dinner every day, and that's all the soda I mostly drink throughout the week.
Okay. Well, I will say this,
Is that a
right?
lot of soda, or is that not a lot of soda?
I don't think that's a lot. So one can of soda a day, I think is very minimal.
Yeah, that's all
Uh,
I drink.
I mean, I know people that drink soda 24 fucking 7, bro.
Not me.
Like from the
But
moment they wake up, it's like, oh, let me go get a cold soda out the fridge till the last drink of the night. Okay, let me get a soda before I go to bed. There it is, right? Water. I drank mine. Mine's already done, but I have my water as well.
I well, and I normally have a like canister or like a cup for water, but I have these last bits of bottled water I want to get rid of, so I'm trying to finish those.
There you go. There you go. Love it.
But
Do you
yeah, so
feel better now?
you were saying what about the soda? Sorry.
No, no, no. Not about so. Water hits different when you're working. I agree with that. The king, I agree. Water does hit different when you're working. Not to mention, right before I go on to the subject I want to go on to. Do you remember the days of like those old school water fountains at like your middle school? Like you playing on the basketball court all day, and even
Oh,
though that
those
water wasn't the coldest, it still hit good.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, what's really crazy too for me is that I didn't drink a lot of water when I was younger. Only time I drank water was probably playing sports when I was tired. I
Yeah,
wanted water. Uh, Normally I would probably drink a lot of juices or Gatorade, but yeah, some soda too. But or actually more soda than I do now. But yeah, it was never really water. But now it's more. I drink more water than anything. At least I try to. Try to.
I like it. No, you definitely do, my man. You definitely do. But yeah, those old school water, like I called them a water trough because that's what it was. It was a trough that had like 8 holes going down the pipe, and you just push the button on the end, and water came out of every hole. But yeah, that water hit different back then.
Especially when those were cold. Oh, I hated the ones that weren't chill or cold. And it was always
Yeah,
just warm water coming out. I'm like,
yeah. That's the water I poured on my head. I was like, I'm just gonna pour this on my head.
yeah, just yeah. When the breeze hits, it felt good after that. But yeah.
Yes.
So you said you had a topic you
So
wanted to get into. I'm sorry, we're
yeah, man. No, no,
sidetracking.
no. You're good. So the U.S. has finally made a motion, man.
Okay.
They're willing to make an exchange with Russia for Brittney Griner, and
Oh,
not just
good.
Brittney Griner. Yeah, not just Griner, but they're also looking to make a motion or an exchange. I'm sorry, for they're willing to give Russia Victor Bout, who is a convicted Russian arms trafficker,
Okay.
currently serving 25 years in an American prison, in exchange for Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan. Now, Whelan, most people maybe haven't heard that name, right? So Whelan is a native of Canada and the U.S. He has passports. He's got citizenship in both,
Mm-hmm.
right? Both the U.S. and Canada. He's a police officer, but he was arrested in Russia, being accused of being a spy. So that's why Russia arrested him. They accused him of being a spy. We all know why they arrested Brittney Griner because of the hash oil that she had,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the U.S. finally came out. The Biden administration came out and says, "Hey, we're willing to give you back this uh, arms trafficker that we caught from Russia." I don't know why I made that sound like I was coughing something up. That we caught in exchange for Griner and Whelan. So it's interesting, right? Is Russia going to take that? Is this guy important enough for Russia to say, okay, we'll make that deal? Or are
wasn't
they going to want somebody else?
wasn't that the one that they wanted? Like, did they already say they wanted that trade?
They did. They did. But Russia. Oh, that deal was on the table months
Oh,
ago.
now it's
We
out.
want some. Yeah.
Here's a new one.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if that's what they're going to pull or if they're going to kind of say, all right, we'll make that deal. I wonder why. Now, yesterday, no, what's today? Wednesday. This morning, Brittney Griner was testifying in court in Russia again. I don't know exactly how that went, but they haven't really released the details of today's stuff. Obviously, they didn't let her go if the Biden administration said, "Hey, we're willing to make an exchange now." But my thing is why haven't we made a bigger deal about Whelan? right?
Yeah.
Everybody's making this big deal about Brittney Griner, and we even talked previously on another episode of the podcast about, well, if she was LeBron, they'd be making deals already. Well, does Whelan have to be a WNBA star to get a deal made for him? Right? Does Whelan have to play sports? Does he got to be a 6'6" athletic female to get brought in? Right? So I think you could play that devil's advocate for this as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an asshole. What do you think?
Well, I don't know Whelan nationality, but I know like the Black Lives Matter and a lot of like black
Well, he's
people.
white.
He's white,
Whelan's
yeah,
a white
okay.
man. Yeah.
So a lot of that is going to be I think about that too. There's a lot of noise about it, and of course the NBA or WNBA players have made a big thing about it too. I mean, it's just, I guess no one really advocated for him like they do for her, and then it's in many different fronts. As a woman, as a black woman, as a gay woman. So, but I think that's what it comes, what's coming down to.
And that's a shame. That's a shame. To me, that's a shame. Now, I'm not putting down her nationality, right? I'm mixed myself. I'm not putting down her when I say national, I'm sorry, her ethnic background
Hmm.
is what I meant to say. I'm not putting down her gender of being, a gay woman. I'm not putting down the Black Lives Matter movement or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
one life is just important as another, right? And I truly believe no life is more important than the other, right? I truly believe that. Uh, Whelan's life is just as important. You don't think his family's been lobbying, trying to say, "Hey, get my husband, whatever it takes," right?
Yep.
But we don't see that on the news, right? We're not seeing that. Why wasn't the WNBA saying, "Hey, get Brittney Griner and Whelan out of there"? Right? No, all they cared about was their girl, their
Hmm.
superstar. That's what the league wanted,
But you know
right?
what?
So
Brittany Griner's the one that brought him up. That said, I don't want to just be released. I also want. I think it was like a couple people. Him wasn't. He was included. So she wasn't just thinking about herself, which is awesome.
good,
She was thinking
yeah.
about others. So she did make a statement that I would like to get released, to Biden, but I also want these other people also, they should be released as well. So
Good for her.
I think that's why them two are being named. But I don't know who the others are because I think she only named him and her, and then she just named there's a few other people. That's what
Well,
she.
the article, and it's CNN.com that I got this from. Right now, they're saying that that's the only two that that the Biden administration has lobbied for. Right, they're willing to make the exchange to give out Victor Bout back to Russia in exchange for Griner and Whelan. If I'm pronouncing his name correctly, I hope I am. Hey, what's going on, James F2 1218? What's
What
going
up?
on?
What
Welcome
up?
to the Ham Podcast.
Welcome,
But
welcome.
yes, but yeah, man, I'm glad she brought it up. But at the end of the day, you know what? It is what it is, right? If Whelan was a spy, right, I don't think they'd give him back that easily. So I think they just used the spy thing. But hey, whatever, fuck it, right? Who am I to say I'm not a spy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right?
It's hard. Yeah, because I mean I agree with you. Is no life is better than the other. We're all one race. We're human race, but I mean I know we're categorized because of humans, but yeah. I mean if they can get released, awesome. I don't know how many others Russia has of like this, but
In the words of Andrew Tate, be a fucking man, right?
huh?
Brittany Griner, you did the crime. Now you must do the time. Nah, I'm just playing. Have you look? Not to move on too quickly. Have you seen this Andrew Tate shit?
No, I have not.
You have not. Okay, well that's true. You're not a big social media guy.
Nope.
So Andrew Tate has been all over TikTok and Instagram and all the social media platforms, man. The best part is he doesn't actually have his own TikTok or anything like that, but he releases these podcast videos, and he's actually, he's a bit crude, man. He's really straightforward. He's an American who lives in Romania.
What's his name?
Uh, Andrew Tate.
Okay, I'm gonna pull him up.
You can also pull it up by Cobra Tate.
Oh, you know what's funny? I was watching a YouTube video today, and I forgot what it was about. And I did see him in a video where it was like A girl said if I had sex with 50 guys,
Yes,
okay, I saw that,
that's him.
but it was a someone else's video of many different clips of stuff like that, and he was
Yeah,
one of them. Yeah,
he's look, man. And it's funny, right? Because we live in a culture of cancel, right? If
Mhm.
you say something outrageous, we're going to cancel you. I saw something today where somebody said it's almost like he owns it so much and he lives it so much and he this is who he is that people don't cancel him. That people are just like, fuck, like what do we do? Like this is that guy. Like he's going to do what he does and not to mention it's not like he's putting his own videos out. Other people are taking his clips and putting it out there,
yeah.
right? So that goes to show you that he ain't gonna get canceled. But yeah, I've seen videos where he's talking about his friend. He goes, "Yeah, my friend one time we got so fucking drunk." He goes, and he was on the couch and he goes, "Man, I think I'm having a heart attack." And I told him, first of all, I don't hang out with pussies. So if you're having a heart attack, have another beer, get the fuck up, and let's go. Because I don't have time to hang out with pussies in my entourage. He goes, so
Jeez,
either, yeah, he goes, so get the fuck up or get the fuck out. He goes, I don't have time for that. He goes, and let me tell you something else. He goes,
I
he
fucking
goes,
smash my beer over his head and walk out.
when I have a female over, he goes, and she's at my place, he goes, she better have that fucking dinner ready. He goes, when I walk in, I'm gonna tell her straight out, bitch, what are you fucking cooking? And it better be good. If not, get the fuck out. And he's just a maniac like that, man. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's just his.
Super hilarious.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's really him in real life, but that's his persona on his channel. Or
Absolutely, it
yeah,
is. Absolutely. And it's hilarious. I get a kick out of watching it. And all these other guys are starting to, put him on their podcast now, right? The Nelk Boys have had him. Some other guys have had him, right? Barstool Sports, big production like them has had him. But the funny part is he stays in Romania. He doesn't come to the US, right? Um, they've even started asking him like, "What would you do if Adesanya wanted to fight you?" Because he's a kickboxer, and he goes, "What do you think I'd do? I'd fuck him up." He goes, "You think I'm gonna go into that fight afraid of Adesanya?" He goes, "He's a man. I'm a man. We're both fighting each other." He goes, "I'm gonna fuck him up." I started laughing. I was like, "Whatever, bro. I love it. Like,
damn.
hey, kudos to you for believing in yourself."
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it would be cool to see him fight, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's videos of his fights out there where he's kickboxing. There are videos of him actually fighting in professional
Oh no, I'm not saying
kickboxing.
I'm not saying he's never
But
fought, but I don't think he would
yeah,
take that fight. That's what I meant.
but I will say this, man, it's a breath of fresh air in a world of sensitivity and a world of you can't say that. That's hurting somebody's feelings, and don't do that, right? It's good to have a little bit back of that 1990s mentality, right? Of I'll say what the fuck I want,
I mean,
right? If you don't like it, go somewhere else.
it turned from like a little bit of that, which was okay because we needed some of those words not said,
Oh,
to
of course.
like everything now like offends somebody or something like
Yeah,
that. It's like you can't even say like a regular word. I don't even know. Like if I said tree, maybe it'll offend some tree lovers. I don't know.
yeah, um, I love it. It offends some tree lovers, but
I'm just saying that's what
I,
it feels like.
I will say this: in the videos I've seen of him, I've never heard a racial slur from him or anything like that. Yes, he does say some demeaning things about women, but what he does say is, he goes, "I'm only gonna call you a fucking slut if you are a slut." He goes, what is the word? Portray yourself as a slut, I'm going to call you a slut because that's how you're acting. He goes, if you're acting like a bitch, I'm going to call you a bitch. He goes, but if you're acting like a good woman, then hey, I'll call you a woman. He goes, I'll call you a woman. He goes, but if you act like an idiot, I'm going to call you an idiot. I was like, fair enough. To me, hey, fair enough.
I mean, that's his thing. I mean, not my thing, but it's his thing.
I'm Andrew Tate. I'm okay with him, man. I'd have a beer with
I
that
mean, I'm
guy.
not saying that I wouldn't like watch his stuff or anything, but I mean, it's not the way I would roll. But hey, you can roll it however you want.
Yeah, no, it's freaking hilarious, man. It's hilarious. But let's move on, right?
Hmm.
Last week we were talking about Kyler Murray's contract.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Did
a
you
little bit of it, not a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it came out this week that there's actually an amendment in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a clause in his contract.
Okay.
One of the clauses in his contract, or the main clause, is that he has to watch 4 hours of film by himself a week.
That means he never watched film before that. That's what that means. That's what that tells me.
Exactly. Exactly. How can you be an NFL quarterback and not watch film?
To me,
It-
he never watched it. Well, I mean, because there's a lot of great QBs that do watch film by themselves because they want to break down.
absolutely.
So they want to rewind when they want to rewind, blah, 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 blah. So that means the only time he ever watched film in my eyes was when he was in the locker room in college with the coaches. When they did film, that was the only film he watched. Well, let's just say mostly. And I think
Eh,
he still transferred that to the NFL.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look, we watched film in high school, right? Every Saturday, the day after a game, we'd have to watch the film, right?
But how?
And you,
But how?
yeah, in the room with the
As a
coaches,
group.
right?
Yeah.
But even then, you get those guys, right, that want to sit all the way in the back, right? Man, I did good last night. I did good in that game yesterday. I don't have to watch this shit. I'm gonna sit in the back, right? I'm gonna sit in the back and eat my chips and look at everybody else fuck up on film. And I think that's who he was. I think he was that guy at Oklahoma that was like, I ain't gotta watch film. I'm a star. I got natural talent. I'm good. I destroy everybody. And now, and it makes me feel like he didn't watch film in the pros so far because a lot of his plays are what? Him running around looking lost and just throwing the ball up, hoping DeAndre Hopkins goes up and gets it, right? Let me just throw it in the direction of Hopkins. He'll get it, right? Throwing it in double coverage. So, like you said, you have these guys that are freaking legends like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, right? Even the non-legends, right, that are still trying to get there, like a Russell Westbrook, right? Like a our quarterback. Why am I forgetting his name all of a sudden
Dak
for the
Prescott?
Cowboys? Dak Prescott, right? They all watch hours, endless hours of film, right, to be prepared. And the fact that his team, this makes me feel like, remember at the end of last season, how they said something about him, he needs to grow up, and he's like, I want to be traded.
Oh, yeah.
This makes me feel like this is part of him growing up.
Yeah, he's still young. And some players like that never grew up. Looking at AB, Antonio Brown, if anyone doesn't know. Uh, you know, he always had those type of issues. They were more silent at the beginning, but then, of course, the rolling waves and get bigger and bigger and bigger. So he could be one of those, or he finally grows up and actually does what QB is supposed to do, or like a athlete's supposed to do.
With Antonio, I think it's a little bit different. I think the money got to Antonio because, like you said, he wasn't perfect in the beginning, but he was pretty chill. And then all of a sudden, he got that first big contract with Pittsburgh, and shit went
Yeah,
sideways.
but he didn't even have a contract and was crying.
This is true.
So
This is
like
true.
now he's got the money, and now his cries could be bigger and larger. Like who knows? Like he was, like I said, he was doing it before a contract. What makes you think it won't be worse after?
Yeah. And the King, that's a good point, man. AB is such a sad story. He did have so much potential. Um,
He still
it's just
does
unfortunate.
as a rapper.
Oh,
Did you
please.
see that video?
Yes. And then you
Oh, and
got
then
those two
that
crazy
stupid dance, that
nuts.
stupid dance.
Oh, I haven't even seen the dance.
Oh, he does it when he's. I don't know if you've seen it. Well, I just
Oh, yes, that one. Yeah.
yeah, that's his
Yeah.
new dance.
Oh my God. And you got him and the other crazy partnered up, him and Kanye.
Oh man,
Like, I'd love to be a fly in that wall. Like, what do those conversations sound like?
yeah.
Right?
This
I
is how it
mean,
went. Kanye goes, "That's a badass dance." AB goes, "Yeah," and then walks out,
yeah.
and does it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. And then Kanye sits there like, I
Okay,
need
what?
him to pay me more money.
Yeah, or you know what? I shouldn't have. I don't even know what. I don't think he does anything. But let's just say I shouldn't have smoked that much. That,
Yeah.
that dance wasn't as cool as I thought it was.
It's ridiculous, man. It's those two. It's when they say some like, hey man, I wonder how so and so I would be to hang out with so and so. Those two shouldn't hang out, probably.
True.
That's probably a bad combination, right? Good
But
lord.
just to go
Hey,
back
but
to Kyler Murray, if they're making him do this, the only other thing I think of is that he never watched film of the opponent coming up.
And that's sad.
Yeah, not just the
That's
game he
sad.
just did to see his mistakes, but I think he probably didn't even look at future opponents and their film.
Yeah, like it's funny you say that, right? Because I saw a clip the other day of Peyton Manning talking. Or no, they were interviewing Ed Reed. If you remember Ed Reed, safety
Yep.
from the Baltimore Ravens, right?
Yep.
And they said they go, yeah, we interviewed Peyton one time, and he talked about one week he was getting ready to play y'all, and there was one particular route that he knew that every time somebody ran this route against you, you turned in, you rotated your hips in, and you went, and you could get burned to your outside shoulder. He goes, so he was prepared for that. He was going to run that route in that game and burn you with the inside instead of throwing outside. And Ed Reed goes, yeah, I had a feeling. I was watching film and I caught myself doing that the week we were going to play Peyton. And I figured if he's going to catch me on anything, it's going to be on that outside. So he goes, when you watch this play, he goes, they ran that route and I turned in. But in my mind, I already knew I was going to spin around and turn back out because Peyton was going to throw that ball. He goes, and I did. And he threw it and I intercepted it. Those are two guys that made a career off of watching film,
Yep. And that's what
right?
film's all about, is looking at those little things. And like, I mean, tick is probably the wrong word, but I'm gonna just say tick, that you see that they don't know, but you know when they
Yeah.
do it, this is what they do probably 90% of the time.
Yep.
Uh, and that comes from watching film.
Yeah. And my thing is if you had to put that, right? And let me ask you this, Mike,
Hmm?
right? If you had to put that in his contract as a clause, do you really want to give up that much money to him? Do
Nope.
you really think he's that good? But you have to put a clause in there that says, hey, you got to watch film 4 hours a week by yourself.
He is a great athlete, but if that was in there, that means he's got other issues.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like he's not deserving of the money, but it would make me second guess, should I pay him that much? But I guess this would be the test. Like, for this amount of money, what was it, a 4-year contract or 5 year?
I think it was a 5 year, 200 and something million with 100 and something million guaranteed, 27 million signing bonus. Like he was getting a lot of upfront fucking money.
So I would say this is your chance, and if you do not, I guess, improve on other areas, then you won't be seeing any more money after 5 years.
Yeah. We're I mean, but even then, right? Let's say it doesn't work out within the after the first 2 years, right? Let's say he starts to become an even bigger diva, right? He starts to become that AB now where he's crying about everything. Now it's gonna be harder to get rid of him because who wants to pick up that contract?
You do it on his last year, and I mean, you're not going to get top anything, money or picks. I would say, just get half of what you think you can get and get rid of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Speaking of contracts,
Okay.
we're Cowboy fans.
Huh?
This is the final year in Zeke's contract. And that big contract that he got,
Uh huh. I know.
this is his final year. And they asked him about that today, and he was saying that he's not worried about it. He's not concerned with contracts. That he's gonna go out here and do what he knows he can do. What kind of year do you think we're gonna see out of Zeke, knowing it's a contract year?
Same kind of. Well, I don't know, because even in my
Ah,
mind, I wouldn't mind if he was already gone. Because I don't think he's performing anywhere near what he had been like his first couple years. But I mean, he's still a great option to have. But I don't think he is the dominant running back as he used to be.
whose fault is that?
Well, I know we're more of a passing team now, but when we weren't, he still, like, after his, I guess, like, during his rookie contract is what I would say. After he got paid, his numbers dropped a lot. So I don't know if that's because I got paid now. I don't have to try to do so much. I'm not saying that, I'm not putting it in his mouth, but this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Or maybe this team's figured him out. I really don't know. But once he got paid, his numbers went down. That's all I know.
I think it's a combination of two things, and this is just my opinion, of course. One, your dad's an Ohio State fan, right?
Hmm.
So I'm sure you saw him also playing at Ohio State. You know, with your dad talking about him and stuff like that. The big thing about Ezekiel Elliott coming out of college was how elusive he was
Elusive, and
This
how
guy,
fast he was.
yeah, how fast, how elusive, how he made people miss, how great of a catcher he was out of the backfield, where people weren't touching him until he was maybe 8 yards down the field, and then somebody would finally get to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the word coming out on the scouting report. But for some reason, when he got to the league, he wanted to become this running back that ran over people and wanted to hit with contact, right?
Not his style.
And it wasn't, and it worked for him for the first couple of years. I mean, he was leading rusher in the league. He had a great rookie season. The second year, he led, I think, in rushing again, or top two,
But
top
that,
three.
but that was when he was still using his speed, because
But he,
yeah, he was using his speed and taking off on people. Where now he slow plays the backfield, and when he does have a burst, man, that burst is nowhere near how fast he used to.
but I think it's because he's not as healthy. He took too many hits, and not to mention, I don't think the Cowboys used him the right way early in his career. We ran a lot of up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. There wasn't a lot of him bouncing out. If he did bounce out to the side, it's because he did it on his own, right? It wasn't until the last year, maybe year and a half, that we actually started lining him up out wide to catch the ball, right? To confuse teams. So I think it was a combination of him changing his way of playing, and also the Cowboys not using him the right way. And I think he hasn't been healthy since the start of his third year. I don't think we've seen full Zeke, full healthy Zeke since his first 2 years. And it's a shame because, again, it's his fault and it's the Cowboys' fault. And he could have had a more productive career. He'll never be old Zeke.
No,
He'll
never.
never be the Zeke in the first 2 years of the NFL.
Well, he could if he takes a whole year off.
Yeah, he would really have to rehabilitate, rest that body. And I mean, you look at some of these guys, right, that ran the ball like that. They don't last very long. Earl Campbell, the man can barely walk now because
Yep.
of all the hits he took. I don't know if you remember Mike Allstott out of Tampa Bay, right? The Buccaneers. He was this bruising running back. He lasted in the league maybe 3, 4 years. Then he was out, right? So it's shown that you can't be that style of running back. So why he changed up his game is very confusing to me. And I think if we're smart, we start to see a lot of our boy in the backfield this year, Tony Pollard.
I
And
like
I'm
Pollard.
hoping we use him the right way.
I like Pollard. I like the quickness. I mean, I think Pollard was still faster than Zeke when he first came in,
Yes.
but Zeke was close to that speed. And
Yeah.
but he even said it himself, like, "Hey, I bulked up this year because I want to be that tough runner,
Hmm.
up the middle runner." And I feel like ever since then, he has that mentality. I don't know if you watched a lot of AP when he was younger, but
Yeah.
it's just like AP is a different monster. He did
I
it for a
mean,
long time, and he could still do it, really. But you don't want to be that person, because you're just gonna wear your body down, You just got to be a normal running back. Use your
uh,
speed, use your agility. Uh, that's it,
use
really.
what brought you to the dance,
Yep, true.
right? What do they always say? Do what brought you to the dance. And what brought him to the dance was his elusiveness, his speed, and yeah.
And why was he
Uh
elusive and quick? Because he was a track runner.
yeah, he ran hurdles,
Yep, hurdles. Yep.
right? So he was like topping his state, so why he didn't in Missouri. But the king, right? He says he's definitely not as good as he used to be. And honestly, it's his own fault. He got lazy and content with his performance while all the other players were hungry to be better. I do agree with that to an extent, right? You started to see Zeke out a lot, right? At these music festivals, getting into trouble on St. Patrick's Day, right? That was a big thing a few years ago, 3 years ago, 3 4 years. So I do agree with that. I think he did get a bit lazy and a bit content, but I also think the injuries had something to do with it. What's going on, Mike? Hey, Mike.
You
What's
Mike.
going on? Welcome.
I now I gotta say it that way because that's the way I did it.
Yes,
But
yes.
was also he. I don't know. I feel also when he grew his beard out, like that's when I'm not saying that makes you lazy, but it just seems like he grew that out, and that's the Zeke we have seen, like the slowness, the trying to be up the middle runner or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. We're gonna find out this year. But big news, right? And I think this is big news. Tampa Bay signs a new receiver.
Bye, Mike. Patriots. Oh, Patriots suck. So does Tom Brady.
right?
No, I'm kidding.
Tampa Bay signs a new receiver, man. Did you see who they signed?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. So now they signed Julio Jones. So now you got a 6'5" receiver on one side, a 6'5" receiver on the other side, right? Yes, Mike Evans and Julio Jones may not be the fastest, but Mike, how did you not know this? Hey, Mike is a Tampa fan now by way of Tom Brady, and he didn't hear that they signed Julio. Oh my God, Jesus! But I bet he knows
They,
that Tom Brady took two shits today.
yeah, yeah, or probably three. Who knows?
But yeah, man, they signed Julio Jones to a 1 year deal. He'll be in Tampa. Him, Mike Evans. They also signed Mason Rudolph, the tight end. They got him on a 1 year deal. So since Gronk retired, they got a good veteran tight end in Mason Rudolph. And of course, they still got Godwin. They still got the speedsters. Godwin is injured though, right? He got injured towards the end of the season. He's coming off of surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So Tampa's making moves to say, hey, we're going to try to win one more. We're going to try to win one more before Tommy calls it quits
Well,
for
yeah, because
good.
that's the only reason. Because they
Yeah,
still have Tom Brady, which is at 45. I think he's 45, maybe going to be turned 46, and still outplay everybody. So
bro. He is the Anderson Silva of football.
yeah,
Like Anderson was still beating guys in MMA and UFC at the age of 44, 45. This guy is still productive at 45 years old in the NFL. That's unheard of,
not
right?
even
That
just productive, but dude, his arm strength is still super strong.
it's
Uh,
probably better than when he first came in the league.
yeah, I mean,
Because yeah,
whatever he does, shit, everybody else should learn from that.
it's that avocado, man. He does all that avocado toast and avocado ice cream, and all he eats is avocado.
Well, that and then he's got his own personal trainer, which no NFL like place likes him for some reason because they say that what he does is not orthodox to how you should do it. But I mean, if anything should show you his stuff works, it's Tom Brady.
Exactly. Exactly. Not to mention his best workout video is him stiff arming his kid
I,
and
I,
running by him in the backyard.
I don't think I saw that, but
Oh, it's from like 2 years ago, bro. It was like his final year of either it was his final year of New England or his first year in Tampa, and he's working out with his kids in the backyard. His kid he scrambles and his kid tries to tackle and he freaking stiff arms his kid. His kid falls. It's hilarious. I love it.
but
That's what every dad should do. Don't let your son tackle you just because you want to make him feel good. You make him earn it.
just to keep it on football for a moment.
Yeah.
Besides, people want to play fantasy football, which is coming up soon.
Oh
What
yeah.
about Aaron Rodgers arriving to practice as Con Air?
Love it. Love it.
That was freaking cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
What's his name in the movie? Nicolas Cage? I
Uh,
can't remember his name. I have to Google that. But
Here, I'll pull
yeah,
it up while you talk.
yeah, I love it, man. Because that's the big thing with training camps now, right? When the vets get to training camp, they either show up in like these badass cars or helicopters or outfits, and Aaron Rodgers says, "No, I'm gonna show up as say the name. I know you found it.
Cameron Poe.
Cameron Poe. There you go. I'm gonna go up and show up as Cameron Poe, and he pulled it off. I love it.
Yeah. You know what? Oh, I saw it right now. The clip. He threw his bag down and just starts
Yeah.
walking.
Yep. Just like the movie. Just like the movie.
What
Love it.
what would have been really cool is if he arrived like in a chopper or a plane or something.
Oh, that.
Like that, but the style of plane that he came or was in the movie that'd have been freaking
Yep.
cool.
But that's why I told you, man, last year when he was coming into when he finally showed up to training camp last year. I like this Aaron Rodgers. I like bad guy. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm gonna do what I want to do, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
I feel like he's having more fun now. Right? I like this Aaron Rodgers. He went as John Wick for Halloween. That's why he initially grew the hair out last season. Now he's coming as Cameron Poe from Con Air. I mean, I love it. He even
Well,
had the chest hair underneath the muscle shirt.
well,
Chest hair, just like the movie.
he may just keep the hair because what John Wick 4 is coming out. I don't know when, but I don't know if
Yep.
it's this year or next year. He may just keep it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I
But
love it.
yeah, I mean, I love it too because he's not here just to please people. He's here to I'm here to do business. I'm here to work. I'm not here to make you
Yep.
happy and make you happy. So it's like either you're gonna play with me or get the fuck out.
Yep. And at the end of the day, man, I've always said this, right? What they're doing is they're playing a kid's game. They're playing football. That's a game, right?
I mean, you
And
may get some bumps and bruises and
yeah,
torn
of course,
ligaments and stuff, but yeah, it's just
of
a game.
course, it is. It's a
I
game,
know. I'm just
and
messing.
right, it's a game that we've all grown up playing. And so when you get these guys that start to take it as a business, and rightfully so, because that's how they make their money, right? But at the same time, to at the same time to to make it fun, it's a good thing. Who's that sexy man with the big beard? You know, it's Big Sexy, baby. It's Big Sexy. That's who I am. You know who it
Okay.
is.
Oh no, it's it Dan.
Yeah,
Is that it? Okay. Make sure I
that's
said that
that's
right.
yep. Mike says, "Hey, I heard Dak showed up to training camp in a trash." um, you know, whatever. Look, Mike, we see y'all week one, and it's in Dallas
Oh
this
shit.
time. Week one, we got y'all. All right. So you and your little Bob Ross emoji can just kiss it. All right. Y'all can just kiss it.
Kiss it.
But to move on, right? Let's move on. Dallas Nation, baby. There we go. Thank you. MMA, Mike. They made some rules, some rule changes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sport of MMA has made some rule changes that could take effect as early as this Saturday's big fight.
Oh shit.
So one of the things that we've been seeing lately is it's been an increase is the eye pokes,
Yep.
right? And okay, so normally if you get hit in the groin, you get up to 5 minutes, right? It, you get up to 5 minutes to recover with the groin strike, right? With eye pokes, you don't. It's kind of like either you can see or the doctor stops it, right? Well, they made the change now. If you get poked in the eye, you now have up to 5 minutes to recover and try to get that vision back.
I thought it was
I think
always
that's
5 minutes.
huge.
Wasn't it always 5 minutes?
No, it was not. They only for the groin strikes.
Oh, only for the groin strikes. Okay.
Yes. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about oh no. It's all good, baby. I know how to keep the show going if you know. No.
And if you don't
but
know, no, I'm kidding.
yeah, right. If you don't know, now you know. No, but yeah, that's one of the rule changes they made. Is now in the fight, if you get poked in the eye, you have up to 5 minutes to recover. The second one is very interesting.
Okay.
They're now going to allow certain types of elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, and ankle sleeves.
Now, I did hear that or read that. I was gonna say, didn't they have that in the past at one point, and then they took him away?
So some states still allow it. So
Okay.
that's why sometimes if you watch a UFC event now, every once in a while you'll see a fighter be able to walk in with like the knee brace, knee wrap, or something like that, because some states still allow it. But what's crazy is most guys who wore them back in the day were jujitsu guys, and because it created friction, right? So if they got a guy in a leg lock or they got a guy in an arm bar, if they have an elbow wrap, right?
Oh, I get you
That
now.
sweat, yeah. Now you can't pull out as easy because the wrap's not sweaty on the outside, right? So it's very interesting that that's a rule that they're going to put in most states now, in almost every state of the athletic commission, right? If not all, that's going to allow these guys to wear some type of elbow sleeve, knee sleeve, or ankle sleeve, and that's gonna favor jujitsu guys, right? That's going to be a big thing for jujitsu guys. They're going to love that.
Yeah, I mean, and if anything, you'll see all of them wear it just because it's that extra little bit that they can get out of it. You know what I mean? It's not just
Yep.
wearing it because maybe my elbow hurt or whatever. It's more for the advantage than anything.
Yeah, and what's also interesting now though is when you get these guys, like they all say, right? You ever hardly ever come. I'm sorry, I said that weird. You hardly ever come into a fight 100%,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
always
yeah.
got some type of injury. So now if these guys have a knee injury, they can wrap their knees up now, right? They can wear that compression sleeve to help keep it a little bit tighter, right? They can wear an elbow sleeve maybe if they hurt their elbow during training or an ankle sleeve, right? So I think it's a 50-50 thing. It's good, and then it also has its bad parts.
I wonder if maybe they could have done it to where you had to show proof you were injured or something like that. Then you can wear them.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Because
Oh
if
no
not, shit, I'll
says
just come up with a knee sleeve and both elbow sleeve. I'll even put a head sleeve or whatever I got to do.
I'm telling you. Oh no says it sounds like MMA wants to be like WWE. What do you think about that?
No, because I mean they're throwing real punches and everything. I'm not saying that the stuff that they do, not partially real.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not gonna say they're. I mean, a lot of a lot of people are now doing the big talks, like talking shit before the fight start or trying to make a big huge
Yeah.
thing. And now, of course, we did see what's his name do the Undertaker walkthrough. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see them grabbing things, but I'm not saying it's turning into the WWE. But they are getting some stuff from it. That's true.
I will say this: the WWE is a lot more interested in MMA fighters coming over now. They have, of course, Riddle, right? WWE fans know him as the Bro, right?
Yeah.
Bro Riddle. He was an Ultimate Fighter. He was on the show. He won the Ultimate Fighter. He was a legit MMA guy. The only reason he stopped fighting is because he didn't want to stop smoking weed. He says, "Just call me Daniel Alvarado." Not, oh no, I got you, baby. I got you,
But
Daniel.
I mean, it's because they already have a following and they want that look of a fighter in the ring, like their ring.
Yeah,
So that's what they want. Not saying that all the other fighters before them, because I mean they weren't real fighters, um, but they do want some of that. The MMA fighters, whoever wants to come over
yeah.
because that makes their sport that much bigger.
Yeah, and it's funny because some of these WWE guys have wanted to challenge themselves in MMA, right? Of course, you got probably the most popular one, Brock Lesnar,
Hmm.
went over to UFC, won belts.
Yeah,
Bobby Lashley fought a couple of times in smaller organizations like Strikeforce. Who's the other one?
CM Punk.
CM Punk,
Yeah, but he was horrible. I mean,
Batista. Yeah, CM Punk, worst decision ever.
well, he's not,
Worst.
as you could tell if anyone saw that fight or even saw him training up to the fight, he doesn't know how to fight. He's not a fighter in any sense. Like Brock Lesnar, he was a. I mean, yes, he was a wrestler, but you could tell he knew how to fight. Uh,
Yeah.
so it was just
See,
that was his first and only fight, CM Punk,
rightfully so.
and yeah, it should be yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had two. They gave him a second one,
Oh, I didn't see
and
this. Oh, I only had one. I didn't see the second.
yeah,
Probably
the
why I
first
didn't
one
see
is
it.
when he got the shit kicked out of him
Saw
by
that one.
yeah. The second one is when he fought Mike Jackson. That was the guy's name, and Mike Jackson spent more time trying to clown CM Punk than actually trying to hurt him. Like he was almost just trying to embarrass him, so it wasn't a whole lot of damage in the fight, but he still easily beat CM Punk.
So yeah, it just don't fight.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's an interesting world, man. Did you see that? Okay, so we talked about they signed the Hamzat fight versus Nate Diaz.
Well, how about we go over all of the cards for
Let's
Saturdays?
do it. Let's do it.
That's coming up. All
Let's
right.
let's talk about picks.
Well,
Let's talk
yes, of
about
course.
picks, baby. Let's talk about MMA. Let's talk about all the fighting, all the kicking that they do. Let's talk about fights. Sorry. That's actually a good intro to our fight section.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's awesome. Oh, we go to the bottom. So this is going to be the early prelims.
Yeah. Um I would
I
say
thought that was Wei
if
Li
you're
for a second.
oh yeah, the Ji Yeon Kim.
Yeah, I've seen her
Yeah,
fight
no.
before.
Yeah. Anybody who hasn't seen Jocelyn Edwards, she's the one that fought Molly Meatball McCann 2 fights ago and got knocked out with the spinning elbow. So that's her claim to fame right now.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that was
Yeah.
fought last weekend, right?
Yes. Molly
Yes.
McCann
Yeah.
fought last weekend. Mike Diamond, Mike Blood Diamond, training partner of Adesanya and those guys. Um, Yeah, so that's kind of his claim to fame. He's that next they consider big striker coming out of that gym, city kickboxing. But the undercard, it's a little bit of a smaller early prelim card. I will say that. But those are usually the fights that because these guys want to move up, they tend to fight harder, right? So if you don't recognize the names, check it out, guys. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. Go to the prelims.
Yeah, let's go to the prelims. Here we
That's
go.
gonna. I was to say he's going in with a black eye already.
Drakkar Close versus Rafa Garcia. That's going to be a crazy fight, man. Drakkar Close loves to just bang, and Rafa Garcia He's that Mexican style in the pocket. Let's go. So that should be a good little slugfest.
Yeah, I think like I said, well, no, I didn't say sorry. I've seen him fight
Who? Which one?
Rafa.
Rafael Garcia? Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I've seen him fight.
Drakkar Close is also the husband of Gina Mazzani, female UFC fighter. So yeah,
Yep.
just a tad bit of information there for you lads. I
Lads.
would take Drew. I would take. Yeah, I'll take Drakkar. No, I'll take Rafa Garcia.
These are just prelims. I'm gonna do main
Yeah.
card.
That Drew
But
Dober fight's gonna be good.
you could still say it though.
Yeah, Drew Dober. He's a banger, man. Loves to stand up and bang. Rafael Alves, of course, he's gonna be looking for the takedown, but Dober's good. Alex Morono versus Matthew Stellensberger. That should be a good fight. Morono is one of those guys, like he's like a wet blanket, man. Whether you're standing up or on the ground, he's on you full time, just smothering you with pressure.
What's his
Good
name?
fighter.
Selmasburger.
Uh, I can never pronounce it.
That's all right.
Semmelsberger.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
doing better than me because I'm telling you right now, I'd probably just mess it all up. Screw it.
I'm telling you,
There we go.
I did bad. All right, now the main card, baby. What everybody wants to see. So, yeah, Magomed Ankilov versus Anthony Smith. This is going to be a very, very good fight. I'm curious because Magomed is a pressure fighter. He's a stand-up guy. Don't get me wrong; he's got good wrestling, but he likes to knock people out, and he puts pressure. One of the things that Anthony Smith has always kind of struggled with when he gets beat are guys that put pressure on him. So if he can keep Magomed at distance and keep him at bay and use his footwork, I think he can pull the win off. I'm taking Magomed though.
I'm doing the same. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both great fighters.
Yes.
But you're right. When he gets into like those pressure situation, or
Yep.
he doesn't do very well in those.
He,
But
he does not.
if he does catch you, though,
Yeah.
it's normally lights out.
Power.
Yeah,
Power. Yep.
you can see
So,
here
but
submission, KO, submission. It's going to be good. It should be. I don't know. He normally stands up, but he does go to the ground. But I would say if he stands up, this should be a nice stand up fight.
yeah, normally his submission wins come off of because he knocked the guy down.
Yeah.
And then he gets like a rear naked choke or something like that off of the punches. So it's not like he takes guys and looks for submission. He usually beats their ass standing up, and when they fall, he submits them.
Should be good.
But yeah, I think that should be a damn good fight. I'm taking Magomed Ankilov.
Me too. Next one coming up
Next
right now.
one. Next one.
And
Who's
another
next?
one. Oh, the next one.
This one's got fireworks on it, man, written all over it. Alexandra Pantoja versus Alex Perez.
This is tough because
Go ahead. You want to go first?
Oh no, I'm just saying it's tough because I like both fighters. I just don't know who's going to win this one.
Yeah, this one for me is tough, man. Perez. Let's start with Pantoja. Pantoja's stand-up has gotten better over the years. Don't get me wrong. The longer he's been in the UFC, the better his stand-up has gotten. But he's generally not a combination puncher. He punches one at a time, right? Looking for a big punch. Most of his big wins have come off of submission. He's a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Alex Perez has great transitions on the ground, right? Very good transitions. He's a grinder. He's a wrestler. So he usually does a good job of staying out of submissions. One of the knocks on Pantoja has always kind of been his cardio. And because of that, I'm going to take Alex Perez. I think Perez grinds him out, makes it a 3-round battle, and beats him by decision. So I'm taking Alex Perez.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. That's for sure. But I'll go with the Cannibal. That's what I'll go with.
Are you?
Yep.
All right. You're taking Pantoja. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So it's our first fight that we're different.
Right. Oh, what did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
I don't know what you're doing there, buddy.
Sorry. I'm back
I
on
liked
track.
it. Oh. Derek
Good one.
Lewis, versus Sergey Pavlovich. Derek Lewis needs a win, man.
Yeah.
He needs a win. His last fight was, of course, a TKO loss to Tai Tuivasa.
And that was his first knockout too.
Yeah. Derek Lewis needs if I'm not mistaken. No, he beat Curtis Blaze before Taito Avasa. So it's not like he's on a losing streak.
No, but
Oh,
he wants that win because he was just recently knocked out,
yeah,
but then again I mean that could be a good thing or a bad thing. He either comes in swinging, but could be dangerously swinging, and
yeah.
then he gets caught again,
And
or
is
he's just on point. I'm the old Derek Lewis. Here I am, knocking you out. Boom,
yep.
done.
And as you can see, Sergey is no chump, man. 15-1 record. Big up and coming, prospect. Does that say 84 inch reach? Yeah.
Yep, 84-inch
So
reach.
he's gonna have the reach advantage on Derek, which is something Derek's always kind of struggled with, right? When he fought Cyril Gahn had the reach. Of course, Cyril Gahn's a lot more. Um, I think he's a lot more fluid on his feet than Sergey is. But as you can see, both men like to win by knockout,
Yeah,
right? Um, I don't see this one going the distance. But you know what, man? I'm gonna ride with my boy. He's from he's from the H. I'm gonna go with the Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
I'm gonna go with Sergey.
Okay. All right. Sergey. So we are once again on opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's right.
I'm taking the
Opposite,
Black Beast, man. He's got to do it, man. I can't go for
but
somebody
I'm still
from
rooting.
Russia during this time.
Well, I know, but I'm still rooting for the Black Beast, but going with Sergey.
Here it is, co-main event.
I don't even care what you say on this. I already know who I'm going for.
Yeah, I know who you're going for.
The
Brandon, the assassin baby
assassin.
Moreno versus Don't Blink, Kai Kara France. Both were on the same season of the Ultimate Fighter, right? So they fought on the same season. They fought once in the UFC not too long ago, probably about 2 years ago, when Brandon 2-3 years ago when Brandon Moreno made his second stint in the UFC. In that fight, Moreno beat him by decision.
Hmm.
It was 2 rounds to 1. I think the second and third round he really took over. Kai has obviously gotten better, but so has Moreno. We see Moreno now, and he's light years beyond what he was back then. I mean, he's a different kind of beast.
And was a champion.
Yeah, I think he just has more to prove right now, man. As long as he doesn't let Kai land that big wild punch. That's one thing Kai has for him, man, is he can land a big punch. If he can make this a combination fight and use his footwork, get in and out, I think he beats Kai Kara France easy. I think he can even take him down and submit him. I think that's probably the easier route, right? Brandon Moreno has better jiu-jitsu. I'm taking Brandon Moreno.
So am
I
I.
think he finishes Kai Kara France.
And I
I
think,
mean, you see the submissions there.
and him losing his belt, he was robbed. Just saying.
Yeah, he was robbed.
But yeah, Brandon's gonna win. That's what I'm
Yeah,
going
I'm
for.
taking Brandon.
Well, I might say
But
that's what I'm picking to win. Not that he's going to win. Sorry.
But if Kai Kara France wins, that now means 3 fighters, right? Because this is for the interim belt. This isn't just a regular co-main event. This is for the interim belt for the 125. So the winner of this will get a belt. If Kai Kara France wins, that means 3 guys from City Kickboxing now have a belt. Him, Alexander Volkanovski, and Israel Adesanya. 3 guys from the same gym all having belts would be something freaking incredible.
Man.
But no, I don't think he'll win.
Now, I mean, that's going to be a awesome fight.
Yes,
At least I hope so.
I think it
But
will.
yeah, that's going to be good. Can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I
The
think it'll be
day
very awesome.
after.
Yes, you're gonna have to watch it the day after.
Yeah, that's
Golly,
okay. No worries.
I got to restrain from messaging you.
No. I just won't read anything. So you're good. You can message. I
you're
mean,
like, you're like, I'm blocking you for 13 hours.
yeah, well, no, like with the you and Fancy 2 and then all that stuff. No, I'm going to have to make sure I don't read any of it.
No, if I message Fancy this weekend on Snap or text, it'll be in a separate chat. I won't do it
No.
in the group chat.
You can do it, but if he says why I'm not responding, just let him know why.
I got you.
I'm just not going to read them.
I got you, my man.
And then, of course,
The main event.
oh, hey, she shouldn't be holding that belt because she doesn't have it in this fight.
She's not. She's
I
still
know
the
she.
145
Well,
champ.
no, I know why she's got that belt, but she shouldn't be
Yeah,
showing it because this weight class she doesn't have one.
true. But hey, if you got it, you better flaunt it.
True.
If you got a belt, you flaunt it. If you got them, smoke them. This is interesting, man.
Champion. versus the previous champion.
Yeah,
Rematch.
you're talking about who people considered the GOAT of women's MMA, Amanda Nunes, right? The absolute GOAT.
Could
I
Juliana Pena be her kryptonite? Because there's always a fighter that just always
Yep,
has your number, no matter what.
yep, yep.
Could this be hers?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I think this time Amanda goes out and knocks her out. If you remember the first fight, there were a few times that Amanda did knock her down with punches, but she knocked her down during like these crazy exchanges, and ultimately that got her tired. I think if we see the smart Amanda that fought Misha Tate when she knocked out Misha Tate by picking her apart, that picked apart Ronda Rousey, that picked apart Holly Holm, that picked apart Valentina Shevchenko, I could go on and on,
Mm.
right? If we see that Amanda Nunes, she picks apart Juliana Pena, and she doesn't fall into this war that Pena likes to create, right? She has to stay out of getting into a war because, yes, she has the firepower, but she doesn't have the gas tank to be in a war. She doesn't have that stamina. So she has to stay disciplined. But I'm taking Amanda Nunes in this fight. And you know me, bro. I've never been the biggest Amanda Nunes
I
fan,
know, I know.
but I'm taking her.
I'm going for Pena, but I
Oh,
was looking at the stats. You got. I mean, I'm not saying that she can't throw because she can, but by what they've won most by, you got the submission versus
that's her
the
specialty.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, versus the knockout artist. But I'm not saying that Pena can't knock her out. I'm not saying that Nunez can't do submission, to end it either. But I'm gonna go for Pena. And it'd be nice of her to actually to be able to defend the belt and be like, I am now the true champ. I've won it. Now I defended it. Here we go.
Isn't that funny how they say that you're not a real champ till you defend your belt? Why is that?
I don't know because I feel like you won the belt from her, so I feel like you're a champion. So
That's what I think. Why do you have to defend it to be a champ?
yeah, I don't know.
Mike says he's taking Pena because she looks cute in this pic. I love it. I love it.
I mean, hey, if that's how he picks, that's how he picks it. Who am I to judge?
So Mike says to make sure it wasn't a fluke. I can see that. Maybe in rematches, I can see that, right? If you beat somebody for their belt and you do an immediate rematch, I can see you having to beat them to prove. But
I can't I
like
can't say those are flukes because you won the belt. Regardless if you think it's a fluke because Nunez maybe she didn't look like herself. How is
that's
that
not
her?
Juliana Pena's fault.
Exactly. So I feel like that's not a fluke because one came to show and to win, one didn't come to play. So
Yeah.
I feel like the only way I would say it's a fluke or someone shouldn't have won the belt is when they're given the belt for a loss that it's out of their control. Like they're fighting, and I'm not sure the correct rules on this, but let's say he breaks his leg and Pena gets the belt. Okay, I would say not a true champion.
Mike, if that shit happens this Saturday night, I'm gonna say Mike jinxed it.
Oh
If
fuck.
Juliana, if one of them break their leg, I'm gonna be like, Mike, put the fucking jinx.
Shit.
Mike, put the fucking jinx.
I was supposed to
I
get throwing
will.
something up. Damn it. I should have said finger. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, those are the only way I would say, okay, maybe not a true champion. But she actually won that fight. That's not a fluke.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What do you think would happen if Andrew Tate was dating Amanda Nunez and said, "Bitch, where's my dinner? I want it now." How do you think that conversation would go?
Kenya would probably like choke him out and be like, make your own fucking dinner when you wake up, bitch.
Yeah, I think Andrew Tate needs to be careful on who he talks to.
Yeah. And I want someone to record that. I want to see it because I would laugh. Just
Yeah,
should be funny.
I think it's hilarious.
But that's gonna be this Saturday. This fight.
Yes,
So if you are watching it, watch it. And if any of you know me that send me text messages, I am probably not gonna read it.
if y'all are watching it, watch it.
Yes. Now call me if you need anything, but you better not tell me what happened. That's it.
Hey, Mike, can you pick me up a Soda Nunez one?
I'll be so pissed. I mean, I'd be happy but pissed because I wanted to watch that.
Yeah, no,
So
I wouldn't do that to you,
I
man.
know I know you wouldn't. Well,
That's
everybody,
hilarious.
that's gonna be it for us today. on the Ham Podcast stream. Thank you everybody for showing up and talking with us. Actually, which one? I want to put the chat up, but probably cleared.
Nope, it cleared.
Yeah.
Way to go, Mike. No, just play. That's not your
No,
fault.
it's not supposed to clear. I don't know why it clears, so I got to figure it out. But we'll find out. But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out. Have a happy Wednesday evening on Hump Day. To enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Watch the fights. Drink some beer. Be safe, but have fun.
Hell yeah. God bless America.
Here you go. God bless America. So I guess there we go. That's it. And just want to say real quick, because I should have said earlier, I have been watching the Hitler Show. I'm on season 3, episode 2. I should be finished with it by either tomorrow or Friday. Yeah.
Oh, you caught up fast.
Yep. It's a great show. And
night.
we'll talk more about it next time.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody have a great night. Catch y'all later.
God bless America. Have a good one, y'all.
God bless America. Woo, woo. Holla. Okay, peace.
Holla, 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 holla.